1-1 Variables and Expressions. Okay, today's objective is to simplify and translate numerical and variable expressions. So if we have the operation of adding, what does that look like? It could look like 5 plus 3. The result is known as the sum. In this case, 5 plus 3 is 8. And you could say it as the sum of 5 and 3 is 8. Subtract. We have a numerical expression of 10 minus 7. The result is known as the difference, and the difference is equal to 3. A verbal sentence might be the difference of 10 and 7 is 3. Multiplication, or multiplying. We have 2 times 8. The result is called the product, and in this case 2 times 8 is 16. And you could say the product of 2 and 8 is 16. Divide. We have 24 divided by 3. The result is known as the quotient. The quotient here is 8, and you could say the quotient of 24 and 3 is 8. Next, we want you to translate the verbal phrase into a numerical expression and evaluate. And evaluate just means to solve it. So pause the video at this point and try to solve these problems. So the difference of 8 and 1, remember difference is subtraction, so 8 minus 1 equals 7. The product of 12 and 6, product is the answer to a multiplication problem, so 12 times 6 is 72. The sum of 5 and 9, sum is the answer to an addition problem, 5 plus 9 equals 14. The quotient of 12 and 3, quotient is division, so 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Variables. Variable is a symbol or letter that represents an unknown. So it could be a blank spot, it could be an empty square, it could be 2 times, it could be m, it could be an x next to a numeral, it could be a star or a happy face, or pretty much anything that is a blank just showing to represent something. So all of these are variables. They may look different, but they're representing an unknown, something we don't know. They're kind of a mask. So write a variable expression to represent the following if x represents your age. So your age 5 years ago. Well, 5 years ago, the easiest way I found to do it is take your age right now, and how would you figure out your age 5 years ago? It would be x minus 5. So twice your age. If you're doing twice your age, you're timesing by 2. So take your current age right now. If it's 12, 2 times 12. 13, 2 times 13. So, and then just instead of saying your age, say x. So 2 times x, or 2x. Your age in 8 years. So how old are you going to be in 8 years? If you're not sure how to do it, how old are you now? How old will you be in 8 years? You have to add there. Then instead of putting your current age, put x. X plus 8. 1/4 of your age is a little tricky. You can write it as 1/4 x or x divided by 4. Your cousin's age who is half as old as you. So how would you get half? You take your age and multiply it by 1/2, or what I would prefer to do is divide it by 2. Twice your age 3 years ago. That one's a little tricky. So you would have to subtract, then multiply. So that means you're going to need some parentheses. Operations. We have adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. Different words to represent those are add, plus, sum, increased by, total, more than, added to. For subtraction, we have subtract, minus, difference, decreased by, diminished by, less, less than, or subtracted from. For multiplying, we have multiply, times, product, of, For division, we have divide, half, quotient, split, and those would be our major ones. So our major ones you're going to see most often are sum, difference, product, and quotient. Forward words, subtract 3. That's 7 minus 3. Difference of 7 and 3 would be 7 minus 3. 7 decreased by 3 is 7 minus 3. 7 diminished by 3 is 7 minus 3. 7 less 3 is 7 minus 3. Then you have your backwards words. These are words where you need to flip them around from the word sentence when you do the math sentence. 7 less than 3 will be 3 minus 7. 7 subtracted from 3 would be 3 minus 7. So you have to pay attention. It's not always the first letter or first number that goes first. Translate the following phrases. So please take a moment and translate these. Do the ones you can, skip the ones you can't. So 5 plus x minus 3. Pretty much write it as you see it. 5 plus x minus 3. 5 less than a number x. Less than's a key here. So we need to flip things around and we have x minus 5. 5 times the quantity, 6 less than y. Now if you have a quantity, that's a parenthesis. So we'll do 5 times y minus 6. Twice the difference of x and 5. So we're going to take twice the answer. So first we have to do x minus 5. Then we times it by 2. If we're not careful, if we don't put the parentheses, it'll mean something different. Number 15, 4 more than the quotient of x and 3. So quotient is division, and we need 4 more than that. So x divided by 3 plus 4. 6 times m plus 8. Numerical and variable expressions. A numerical expression is a math phrase that uses only numbers and operations. So all you're going to see are numbers and add, subtract, multiply, divide, and parentheses. A variable expression is a mathematical phrase that uses variables, numerals, and operation symbols. So it's going to have letters in it for the most part. So for 17 through 24, tell whether each expression is a numerical expression or a variable expression. For a variable expression, name the variable. So take a minute and solve these 8 problems. Okay, so number 17, that is a variable expression because it has a y. Number 18, there's no letters. That makes it a numerical. 19 also has no letters. That makes it numerical. 20 has h, which makes it a variable. 21 has p, therefore it's a variable. 22, no variables, so it's numerical. 23 is numerical. 24 is variable because it has 2 j's. And that's it for this lesson today. You can look at the end to see what the assignment you missed or what the assignment coming up will be. Thank you very much.